Hey y'all, welcome to my first YouTube video, how to feel better during quarantine and beyond. I'm Carly, you can call me Coach Carly, Carly Clouds, Carly Wolken. I'm a certified life coach, intuitive guide, speaker, facilitator, and I'll make more of an intro video about myself and what I do. For this video's purpose, I am going to jump right into what's needed in this moment because we're in these super crazy times. So thank you for tuning in and for truly taking an interest in your own health, your own healing. And this video is going to give you 5 strategies to help you feel better, stay calm, stay centered, and experience more wellness during this wild quarantine time and beyond. So always remember, if it ever becomes too much to handle on your own, reach out. Reach out to a loved one or a professional to support you, because we are not meant to go at this life alone. All of these obstacles cannot be conquered alone. We are meant to have support around us, and modern day life is super tough. So, the first tip that I have for feeling better, staying calm during quarantine and beyond is to accept and process your feelings. Humans have an innate need to be accepted just as we are, and it starts with accepting ourselves. We've been conditioned to think that we are only valuable if we're being productive. So many of us are understandably struggling during this time. And then our emotions have become so demonized. We are so quick to tell someone, don't cry, or suck it up, or just be happy. But our emotions are meant to be felt and honored. So if you're feeling down, accept it. It's okay. That part of you deserves love too. That part of you that is scared deserves love too. Feeling good wouldn't feel so good without knowing despair. So to process an uncomfortable emotion, first name it. Then just sit with that emotion and feel it. Don't think about all the reasons that brought you to that feeling in this moment. Just feel the emotion. It should begin to subside, leaving your body and making room for more goodness and wellness. Be kind to yourself in this process. Treat yourself how you would treat your best friend or close family member if they were feeling down. So that's accept and process your feelings. Tip 1. Tip 2 is reduce your stress. Because most of the time, stressing about something is not going to change your outcome. I repeat, most of the time, stressing about something is not going to change your outcome. And that unnecessary activation of your body's stress response actually takes away from other bodily functions. That tale of the mother getting the superhuman strength to lift a car because her child is trapped underneath, that strength doesn't come from nowhere. The body takes energy away from other functions that it can shut down for a couple hours or a matter of minutes. So you really don't want to be stressing every day about little things, because it's taking away from things like your digestion, your cell repair, your growth, and other bodily functions. So anything that you have the power to remove stress from, do it. And if it's something inescapable, like the pandemic going on, ask yourself, what is your stress going to do to help the situation? Ask yourself that question. So to lessen your stress, to reduce that stress, start by getting in tune with yourself and become an observer of yourself. Lose that judgment. It's not about judging, just observe. And when you feel yourself stressing, or you notice that feeling that happens right before you get super stressed out is happening, take a moment. Pause. This is the moment to shift to another thought or feeling. One of the highest vibrations you can hold in your body is gratitude. So find something to be grateful for in the moment. Could be as simple as your breath, the beautiful flowers outside, your pet, a family member, a friend, laughter, whatever. Just turn your attention away from the stress, and in that moment also remind yourself that stress doesn't change what you're facing. It only makes your process and your journey less enjoyable. So that was tip number 2, reduce your stress. Tip number 3 is meditation. You've probably heard that you should be meditating. Maybe you already meditate. And either way, I'm certain that more meditation will have a positive impact on anyone's life. Helps with focus because it's working the muscle of bringing your mind back to that which you want to focus on. So it can also help with your mood because that muscle, developing that muscle, is going to allow you to have more control over your thoughts. And your thoughts play a big role in creating your state of being. So a way to meditate, start by focusing on your breath. And this is why having thoughts during meditation does not mean you're doing it wrong. Does not mean you're failing. Because as you're focused on your breath, got your eyes closed, you're seated, and maybe you're counting those breaths, and that's what you're focusing on, thoughts are likely going to pop up because you're human. And when that happens, that's your opportunity to work that muscle. Just acknowledge, oh, that was a thought, and bring your attention back to your breath. Bring your attention back to your focus, which is your meditation practice, and therein is meditation. You're going to be working that muscle, building that muscle that helps you control your focus. And if you're finding it tough to just start out with just sitting like that in meditation, try a guided meditation. Nothing wrong with those. So that was tip number 3, meditate. Tip number 4 is create time for small good habits. So this might mean setting timers on your phone or alarms to go off and remind you that it's time to meditate, or it's time to take that walk or work out, or whatever it is for you that you're trying to create as a habit in your life. And just start with a small chunk of time, because that's going to build momentum. If you want to start meditating for 30 minutes a day every day, it might be pretty tough to go from 0 to 30 every day. So maybe you start with 3 or 5 minutes. And as you build that momentum, maybe each day you add a minute, maybe each week you add a minute. And if you do those small digestible chunks, you're going to build that momentum and allow yourself to really have a foundation upon which to grow. And something really important that I want you to do every time that you do these habits is celebrate. Celebrate yourself. I don't care how silly you feel celebrating that you meditated for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is. Do it. Because what do we do to get a child or a pet or anyone to repeat a behavior? We give them a reward or praise, right? So do that for yourself. Get excited for yourself, like, I just meditated. And then you're going to be much more likely to repeat that behavior, because not only was it small and digestible, meeting yourself where you are, you're going to associate it with those good feelings of getting all excited and having that reward of happiness. So get happy for yourself and celebrate you for taking the time to develop those good habits that are going to really help you level up in your life. So, number 4, make time for the small good habits. And lastly, number 5, maybe my favorite and perhaps the most powerful, I don't know, they're all pretty good, is going to be go outside and ground and get sunshine. What I mean by grounding is skin to earth contact. That can look like walking barefoot. It can look like laying on a cotton or a wool blanket on the grass or on the ground. And of course, you want to make sure that it's a safe area. You don't want to be walking where there's a bunch of broken glass or perhaps a swarm of bees are in the grass. Like, definitely look and make sure that it's safe. Keep an eye on the ground if you're walking barefoot. And we evolved with the earth. The earth has an electromagnetic field, and so do we. Each of us has an electromagnetic field that extends outside of us, outside of our physical body. And the earth is so nourishing that it provides us in our electromagnetic field whatever we're lacking. So the earth is meant to be constantly supplementing us with, things that are beneficial for our health. And because we typically wear shoes that have rubber soles, that's not conductive. So those rubber soles are stopping the exchange of the goodness from the earth to us. So you could be outside for 10 hours a day, but if you're wearing, typical shoes that have rubber soles, you're not going to get those benefits. So go outside and ground, walk barefoot on the earth, or lay on a cotton or a wool blanket. I say cotton or wool because those are also from the earth and they are going to be conductive. So why sunshine is important is because you get vitamin D. You may have been hearing about the antiviral properties of the sun right now. The sun is also so nourishing. Now, this doesn't mean go outside for hours midday until you're sunburnt. No, actually, the best time to go outside is in the early morning, where you can watch the sunrise and get the early morning sun kind of in your eyes when it's, less intense and it's safe to look closer in its direction, because that's going to help regulate your circadian rhythm so that you're sleeping better at night, and it's going to release dopamine, it's going to affect your mood positively, can truly help with those feelings of depression. And if you can't see the sunrise, understandable. I'm not the earliest riser myself. The sunset also does wonders for you. So that early morning or late evening sun, of course, small doses, whatever feels good to you. You know when you're burning or when you had enough. Go out anytime. Take some sunshine breaks. Take some grounding breaks. And it can really help your mood and your sleep and help you feel better during quarantine and beyond. So, if you're still watching, you're the real MVP, and I want you to celebrate that you just took time out of your day to learn some things that can truly benefit your physical and mental health. Yeah! So, if you found value in this, share it with a friend. Let me know what you want to hear more about in the comments. I could make probably 7 spin-off videos just of, using the content in this one. I really wanted to give you all a good amount of tips that you can go use today to feel better. So let me know what you want to hear more about in the comments. I'll be releasing much more content, so subscribe if you want to keep up. And if you have just a lot of personal questions and want to explore these topics with support tailored to you, schedule a healing session with me using the link in the descriptions. I do coaching and energy healing sessions, and I believe we all have work to do in those arenas. So thank you again for tuning in. I truly, truly appreciate you. And yeah. Celebrate yourself, be well, and I'll talk to you soon.